All right. Welcome to Panaloid's comic book live stream. How's everyone doing today?
We're here. We did it.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're
Finally,
here.
podcast.
That's all I got for you too. We are
Panelites.
we are present. Yes.
It's been a week.
Yep,
It's been a
that's
week.
for sure. Definitely. I do want to say that I'm keeping the not Luke Combs tag under my name again because it happened again. I went live on TikTok for one of the first times, showed my face, talked about some comics. It was 12 minutes long, unlike Pierre, who goes like a half hour to hour. And my first comment was, "Bro, you look like Luke Combs."
Dude, Extreme's
you.
already here.
Extreme's here? Where's Extreme?
Hey, Extreme!
Extreme
go.
never misses a beat. Good for Extreme.
And when he
I love
does,
Extreme.
That's it. Everything's ending when he does. We're shutting down shop. It's going to be like
7
never
o'clock
internet.
is actually Extreme time. That's we
They-
post. Yeah, our live stream is scheduled for Extreme time.
That's right. All right. So as you know, this is a live stream. It's every Wednesday and it's 7 p.m. My name is Kyle. I'm here with Jeremiah, where you can find at the Rivera Collection. I'm here with Pierre, who you can find at twitch.tv/Pierre and Jenny, which will be renamed eventually, but you know. And then Dimitri, who may or may not be artificial intelligence.
Question
That's what
mark's
an
still
artificial
there.
intelligence would do.
You can't
Just
find them on
shrug.
social media, so
Nope.
I don't know.
Can't find him.
No, not really. No, you can't.
Good answer.
I'll put a little tag under my name too at some point.
Not
Eventually.
AI.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Next time.
Hiding in plain sight. I like it.
All right, Pierre, take us into the news.
I would love to. I don't have the notes pulled up, so
All right.
maybe you do that for now.
All right. James Gunn confirms Blue Beetle will not be canon in the DCU. So, can I just say, they know what they're doing, and they still know what they're doing, and they still know what they're doing to us, and they don't seem to care. So, all of the movies that we're still getting are just to not lose money, clearly.
Mhm.
Now, I think there was a rumor that Blue Beetle, the actor, will be in the DCU, but the movie is stated to not be canon. So,
If
Yeah.
you're not going to make Blue Beetle canon, give us Batgirl.
yeah, I
There's
I
no
think-
reason anymore. No reason
I think they
whatsoever.
really dropped the ball on that one. Like, they really could have given Batgirl, even if they went straight to HBO, there was, or had, dumped a little bit more money into re-edit and just make it short and tight and,
Send it straight to Redbox. Make it a Redbox exclusive if you want to.
is that still a
Dude,
thing?
I don't know, but like make it difficult to find and
Jeremiah
watch
just
the
aged
people
himself.
go. Yeah, watch the people go nuts, and then you'll realize that you fucked up and you should have released it when you had the opportunity to make real money on it.
Just make it
Yeah.
a blockbuster exclusive. That's it.
Isn't there one that's like still in existence, but just
It
like
is.
a
It
museum?
is no longer in existence. It is now
Oh.
an Airbnb. You can rent it
Okay.
out, and it's for one night, and it's the whole store. You can watch movies. It's a cool idea,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, the final one did fall. I think it was late last year.
So I now have the news pulled up, just so you know. So whenever
If
you're
you'd
ready.
like to take over, you may move on and proceed.
All right. Well, all I would like to say to that previous news is that I am glad that DCU will start fresh now. So I'm excited to see where that goes. But anyways, next in the news, James Gunn has also confirmed that John Cena, Viola Davis, and
Blue Beetle.
Exolo,
Blue Beetle.
I don't think I'm saying that right. Exolo Mardiduena will
I like
return in the DCU.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. Blue Beetle is coming back, which I'm
As
happy
well.
about. I like the actor. I just didn't really like the movie.
No, yeah, we know. Thor:
No.
Love and Thunder, not Blue Beetle. No.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I'm still curious why he didn't confirm that his wife will still be in the DCU.
I think that's a given. Given I don't know which character she's going to portray.
She's our agent. That's what she is.
Yeah, I think she's going to still be that. Just makes sense. So we'll see. Unless they just give her another role. But either way, next in the news, a sequel to Prey is in development at Hulu. So
Let's
a sequel,
go.
as in what? Do you know a little bit further about that?
Nope.
I don't know anything.
No one knows
Alright.
anything. But
But so there's
What do
that TikTok guy who like fake does cocaine and does like Mad Libs movies.
you have a different algorithm.
Yeah. Anyways, like he fake does cocaine and he does like ad lib, like give me a noun, give me an adjective, and he did a Prey sequel. So it's a feudal Japan, a young samurai. I mean, an older samurai is teaching a young samurai after he like completely dishonored his family. And so he's gonna have to commit harry-carry, but he really wants to get all his teachings out to this young samurai. And at the same time, two predators come and attack. A older predator teaching a younger predator how to hunt. And so it's feudal Japan, samurais versus predators is his idea. I want to see that. I want to see predators on pirate ships. I want to see predators versus Vikings, predators versus Egyptians, the Romans. Like they could do so much with it, not only because you can go through so much different timelines and it's so many different times in history and it really not affect the story. It doesn't affect the quote unquote canon of Predator, but we just get great entertainment out of it. Whatever I just said there, great entertainment out of it. Regardless, because Prey, probably one of the best movies that I saw last year.
Yeah.
Just as a whole, as a sit-down movie, 100%. So pretty much, I think they can't fuck it up. If they have a good enough idea,
they can,
and they leave it alone. Like Prey wasn't a prequel. It was another Predator movie. It was, you did not need to know any other information than that's Predator. That's all you need to know. And if that's what they do in every movie, regardless of the setting, all you need to know, that's a Predator. I don't think they can do anything wrong. I think they can just entertain us.
I think you're right. I think you don't need a backstory on that Predator. You don't need to know like, oh, he's connected to this Predator. Like that was his father or his grandfather. Like no one cares. They just want to see what a Predator would do up against whatever you throw at him. Like him slicing open a grizzly bear, sick.
that was one of the best parts of the movie.
I just think they very well could mess it up by making it a true sequel.
Yeah.
Like if they do anything opposite of what you just explained and it follows the same character, although the actress, again, I don't know names, but was fantastic.
Yeah.
If they continue her story with another Predator, it's not going to be good.
But her arc was done. She was war chief at the end. She was given the title of war chief, and we move on. That her story's over. We move on. So give us feudal Japan, give us Vikings, give us pirates. Like, could you imagine like a fleet of pirates, or just a fleet of settlers leaving the old world, coming to the new world, and their boats are just far enough apart where they could see some shit happening on the boat. Like, oh, I wonder what's going on over there, and the fucking thing jumps or swims over to the next boat after like massacring the one, and have one of them be a slave boat and he frees all the slaves. Like, and they take the boat and leave, and like, what's going on with that boat? Like, I don't know. Like they could do so many really cool ideas.
You want like mini history?
Yeah.
Okay.
Him against the Pilgrims.
Yeah. He's the reason Roanoke happened.
And then just like a bunch of Irish people, like just like at a bar.
I have an idea.
Kyle's muted himself.
Oh, Dimitri has an idea.
You go. Kyle, go first.
No, I was saying let's let Dimitri.
Oh, you were saying me? Okay, 3 words. Predators versus apes.
Like Planet of the Apes apes?
Like Planet of the Apes.
Here's your problem with that. I like the idea. The only problem with that, it depends on sequels. Like it requires multiple knowledge. Whereas other than that's just a Predator, you need to know what's going on with the apes as well.
Although, Planet of Apes.
Yeah,
like
Predator versus Planet of the Apes. If you
already,
title it that,
yeah,
I'd pay money to see it. So
yeah,
I mean that could work if it's just like here's a city within the planet, and it's not like Cornelius. You know, it's
well,
just
like, we really need to see that. Like, I think they would lose.
I don't know.
Eurus versus a Predator,
like an army. It's like a full-out army.
They'd need the whole army.
I'd want the whole army.
What are you going to throw the orangutan at them?
You leave them alone. They're the doctors and the scientists.
They're very heavily needed in the.
Kyle feels a connection to them.
I'll leave that with. I would like to see Predator versus Wolverine adapted into a movie.
So, have you read Predator versus Batman?
No, but I'd take that. I'll take that too.
There's 2 series, Predator versus Batman, obviously Predator 1 and Predator 2. It will never be reprinted, so you're going to have to go hunt down the single issues. That's a fantastic read. Also, Predator versus Judge Dredd, I'm pretty sure it's Predator versus Judge Dredd was amazing. If I'm remembering correctly.
How cool would it be though if we got the Wolverine versus Predator, but it was just Prey 2, and you don't know it's the newly casted Wolverine, and then when Predator pops out his blade, like a good halfway into the movie, that's only when Wolverine pops out his claws, and they would be bone claws because it would be in the past.
Yeah, so it's younger Logan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
That would be like a Void Rivals kind of twist, you know, like something, I don't know what you call that, like a cross genre.
It's not a red herring. It's the opposite of a red herring.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I want.
It's funny that you say that because that's literally how it starts.
Like, does it?
It's in the past with him being a young Logan, like hairless, but he still has like his hair kind of flowing back in the same like old school Wolverine style, right? And Bone Claws helping he's like on a mission in like the 1700s or whatever. I don't know what year it's supposed to be in, 1800s or some shit. But yeah.
I like that.
So next up in the news, Adidas is releasing Spider-Man 2 inspired Spider-Man Advanced Suit and Venom shoes.
So it's not
either of you two pre-ordered them.
No. So there's I think one's like cleats, but like the regular sneaker is like it's like an Ultra Boost, but it's got the 3D printed bottom.
4D.
Sorry. So it's
Pierre
shaking. So Pierre doesn't like them. I like that they're somewhat subtle. So basically the bottom kind of is supposed to be Venom going onto the shoe, and the rest of the shoe is red and blue. I wouldn't wear them, but it's a more, I don't know. Sometimes when they do collabs like this, it's just like covered in like logos and stuff. This is like more so trying not to do that, but I wouldn't wear them.
But you guys have seen the Asus X-Men collab, right? Where it's 8 different shoes and a PSA card, and you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you guys didn't jump on that. Like I usually wear Asus. That's usually the shoe that I get.
Yeah.
But I don't do like fashion like Pierre does. So I didn't care to do it. Or like you do with Supreme. But
my problem with all these shoes is that the colorways always look like shit. Like there's only
Wolverine one doesn't. The Wolverine one doesn't.
That one's all right.
Yeah, the only thing that was a selling point. Yeah, Gambit was terrible. The card was really the only thing where I was like, maybe I'll do this. The only shoe I think, personally, in my opinion, movie shoe that has came out to like inspired by like a character has been the ones Dimitri has. Those have been the best ones, and that's from Into the Spider-Verse.
Aren't they re-releasing those?
I thought they're coming out with another pair.
Oh, another pair. Okay.
Yeah. So there's a pair that came out for the second movie, which was also cool, but again, Dimitri's is still better. The originals were the better one. The second ones were like patchwork of like, you know how like they were glitchy.
Yeah.
So like they had like glitchy patches, different like colors on the shoe. And then the third one they're saying is going to be the Prowler shoes. So
that's going to be
limited. Like those aren't going to be like real. Those are going to be like 100 pairs to like people who worked in the movie. That's the last I heard about those.
So
the
they're like cast and crew stuff.
I think so, yeah.
So we got Gabe commenting there. Gabe commented, "No one wants to spend that kind of money on a shoe mystery box," and you're right.
That's fair. Right, I mean, it's got your size. You know the size you're getting.
No, but if you hate two of the colorways really badly, or they're not the same cut of shoe, so it's like you only one of them fits. But at least this was the same exact shoe, just the colorway. But
my only thing I would add about the shoes is they needed more of the venomized, coming up.
Yeah, I thought it was like too thin. Like
it was like too clean. Yeah.
Yeah, like it wasn't enough. I almost feel like it'd be hard to see looking down.
I think that's the point of it. You don't see it until they come up.
Yeah, they almost
doesn't work.
Yeah,
Joe Kubert was the inker on that book. I did not realize that. That explains why it like catches so well, catches the eye so well. Batman vs Predator. Also, the issue 1 and issue 2 are connecting covers, and that is a really cool scene of a Predator squaring up against Batman.
Let's hear Jeremiah say that last part of there. What is it? Who was helping him with the ink? So
Daddy Kubert.
There you go.
So Joe Kubert, whose sons are Andy and Adam Kubert. So,
are they also artists?
Yes.
Or do you just know their sons' names?
No, they're also artists. Joe Kubert started the Kubert School of Art. A lot of great comic book artists have come through the Joe Kubert School of Art. It's a 3-year program. One of my really good friends, Adam, went through it. But like Alex Maleev went through it. Bart Sears went through it. I mean, you could throw a rock at a comic convention and hit someone who went to the Kubert School.
Or just hit a small child.
Or hit a small child. One of my favorite stories that Adam ever told me is he was sitting in the lobby of the school doing his homework. And Joe wasn't there super often. This was later in his life right before he passed away. And so it's an 80-year-old man essentially walking through this lobby, and he stops behind Adam. And Adam can feel him looking down at the work he's doing. And Joe comes around the couch and goes, "Can I see that really quick?" And Adam shows him and turns it back, and he goes, "If that was in my class, I'd fail you." And he walked away.
Wow.
Yeah. Andy and Adam have done so much stuff. Andy is a co-creator of Gambit. If I remember correctly, it's Andy that's co-creator of Gambit. Yeah. I hope I'm right with that. I'm 99% sure that I'm right. That Andy.
Well, it's live, so everyone knows if you're not.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and we're gonna repost this part a lot of times.
So much work. Yeah. So, what's next for the news?
The Ultimates: Doom, Thor, Iron Man, Sif, and Cap. I believe you're referring to the cover that was released in the previews.
Yes. I kind of just want everyone's opinion on what we think of the team. I know we had some wild speculation on, Peter Parker being Iron Man and whatnot. I'm pretty sure it's already debunked, but just some thoughts on the cover. Everyone saw the cover, right?
I have not yet. Let me look it up real quick.
I'm gonna look it up.
So at this point, Jeremiah, you read the last one, right?
Yes. The final page annoyed me, but
I think we can agree that we were both wrong at our ideas.
Yeah.
I don't really like what they did personally. Like I'm like because it changes what I don't know. I don't want to ruin this because you guys haven't read it yet, and I feel like you guys need to read it if you're going to read this new Ultimate Universe.
I read issue 1.
Well, just like you mentioned, the Ultimates Doom, Doom being part of like the new Avengers. You might be wrong.
He is wearing blue.
You might be wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong in that regard.
So the blue idea.
Yeah,
you're wrong with it being Doom.
Yeah, it's
in
not
a way.
Doom.
It's like
Doom.
It is Doom, but it isn't Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Sif looks great. I don't know what she's doing there. We had no mention of Sif.
Yeah, that was my next question. Now, again, if anyone didn't read Ultimate Invasion, this is a spoiler. Just kind of, I don't know.
Minor spoiler. Minor
Yeah.
spoiler.
Yeah, I was gonna ask where Sif came from.
She didn't
Sif and
show up.
Thor.
So
Thor
Yeah.
just appeared in like
true, yeah.
future versions of himself. He didn't.
Also, fun fact, and Pierre might laugh at this. That's not Iron Man on the cover.
Right. It's also not Iron Man.
Kang?
Nope.
Nope, but close.
Yeah,
Very close.
You're warmer.
Very warm. Think of other names for Kang.
Other names for Kang?
Yep.
Other names for Kangs. All
Is it
other
the kid?
entities.
Who look like that?
Forget his name. And it was
One who waits
I
around.
don't know.
No. That's the
No.
other one.
The one that takes action.
This armored hero does not feel he deserves the mantle of Iron Man yet. He hasn't earned man yet.
So it's Lad.
Oh.
He is Iron Lad, yes.
Correct. But in this iteration, he's
Not-
not Kang. He
Yep,
is spoiler, Tony Stark.
it is Tony, because Howard was the original Iron Man. So
Yep.
read Ultimate Invasion, people.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I was
Do
about
you
to
want to know
ask.
who Doom is? Do you guys want to know who Doom is?
I do
Don't
wanna
tell
know
him.
who Dim is.
It ruins the second book. Like
Yeah, don't
ruins
tell
it.
him.
Because
Oh, no, wait. It's gonna come soon. I'm waiting for the app. It's
Don't
gonna
tell
come soon.
read the second book because you're gonna have what I had where it was too many words, and by the end of it, you're like, "Oh man, that was great," because it's just that ending. Or you'll have a Jeremiah experience where it was amazing and you loved all the political advices.
So, yeah, all the nuances of issue 2 get like thrown away with issue 4 because there's like 7 pages with no dialogue. So you can't bitch about dialogue in prior issues.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But still, definitely a pull. Everyone pull that.
Yeah.
Are we I'm sorry, are we like okay with the amount of books we're getting from Hickman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring more.
The
Dude,
amount.
he could jizz on paper and I'd read it.
Okay.
Like-
Jeremiah. Definitely live. definitely
I just
live.
I'd smell it.
I always worry about quantity over
That is correct.
quality.
We are getting a
Oh.
whole new universe because of the maker. So
he's writing the whole universe.
yeah, to an extent.
Okay.
To an
All right.
extent. They what has been written for how long we don't fully know yet. Is all I'll say.
Very.
Yeah,
I don't have a word for you.
you should read it. It's really fucking good.
I'm getting there. It wasn't in my pull list either, so I'm missing some.
Are we going into collection acquisition?
I think it's time.
Hey,
to go on the
can I go
questions.
first? Because I only have one thing.
Sure.
Do you know what today is? It's Wednesday. But it's new Rivera cover. We got a new Rivera cover. We
Excited.
got
Can we just say something, Jeremiah? You don't have to ask to go first. This is your segment. Like, you can always go first. You can even introduce the segment. All right, from now on.
So we got X-Men number 27, the X-Men
It
60th
looks so
anniversary
good.
cover.
It looks so good.
This is Apollo's cover swipe / homage to X-Men 1 from 1991. It's fantastic. This cover is absolutely fantastic. He does have a mention. It's hard to see, but he does mention that it is after Jim Lee and Scott Williams. Curious question, and I don't know how I feel about this yet, but this is an homage cover to Jim Lee and Scott Williams, both of which will be at New York Comic Con. Would you get an original artist to sign an homage?
Yes. What? Hold on.
Or is it an insult? And I'd
When
love
is-
to hear Gabe or Extreme's opinions on this. Another sub, Gabe. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight, Gabe. But-
I would get this signed because it is Jim Lee, and I think when you're homaging such an incredible fucking artist is Jim Lee and just everything that Jim Lee encompasses, I think it's like a Stan Lee signature. I don't think it's an insult at all.
That's a good take.
That is a good take. I want to see Gabe's take because he's probably gonna say something that offends me.
I don't
Bring it.
True. Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Let's not ask Jeremiah if he thinks Rivera is a better artist than Jim Lee.
Oh, I do.
That's
not a hesitation.
Let's not do
Oh
that.
my god!
You want to know why? You want to know why?
No.
Rivera can draw feet.
Wow.
I don't know if I've ever thought about Jim Lee's feet. What's wrong with
You
Jim
guys
Lee's
heard it here first. Jeremiah is weird about feet.
So Jim Shooter's first time he knocked down Jim Lee was because of his feet. He specifically said in his rejection letter, learn to draw hands and foot anatomy better and come back to us later. And that was in 1988. One of Jim Lee's first ever published covers was a Valiant book called Hardcores. And he specifically positioned everybody to not show their feet. Also, with this cover, even though this is an homage, it is almost a direct ripoff. And so Gambit's feet aren't showing, Wolverine's feet aren't showing, Cyclops' feet aren't showing, Colossus's feet aren't showing. It was really he hit the feet because he isn't great at feet. Him and Rob Liefeld both.
Feet. Rogue has feet.
Rogue has feet and Storm has feet, but like both of those are flying. They're not flat-footed. No one flat-footed feet are showing, because that's one of the hardest things that an artist can do is the proportion of a hand or a foot laying on an object. So
now, what is Jim Lee right now?
Jim Lee right now is the president of DC Comics.
And that's all I have to say. Anyways, next on the agenda.
Yeah. So I'll paraphrase, but Gabe's saying no, just because it's even like getting Stan Lee. It's like still, if he didn't work on the book. I used to be like that. I changed over time, for financial reasons, because certain signatures, even if they had nothing to do with the book, can bump up the value. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
So I have a question.
I have an answer.
What's YouTube's policies with like box cutters? Because I'm gonna open something. I don't know if I need to do it off camera.
I think you need to do it off camera. I don't think you're allowed to show blades.
Well, which box cutter is it? Is it this little strawberry one?
No, it's like a real one. So
okay.
I got the Amazon exclusive Swamp Thing, right? As you can see,
box is damaged.
The box is damaged and there's no window. Now, I believe that this is like a slip case from what I'm looking at. So I'm going to open it and hope under this damaged box, which I feel is plastic. So I'm going to try and see what my Swamp Thing looks like. So I'm going to cut it off camera here and mute myself.
Kyle opening an action figure box. So although if it is a window box, he's not going to open it fully. He's
no, we're going to like
keep
kind of
suffocating.
Open it. Yeah. All right, so if someone else wants to talk while I do this,
open your action figures, people. Like
mute your mic.
Open your action figures. Open it, or buy two and leave one sealed. Like, let your figures breathe.
So my collection acquisition. Oh wait, he's opened it. I was gonna like fully go right into something. I didn't realize how quick you're gonna open that.
It's just cellophane.
That was very plastic.
Yeah, but he's weird about opening things. You know.
True. I expected.
When was the last thing he opened something? Maybe he'd like choke on the plastic or something.
So I wanna. I'm sure this sounds hard. Oh,
it's not. It's not. Oh, I look like I just inherited a Swamp Thing figure. That's what it sounds like.
I'm so
mad. Wait, what happened?
There's no plastic. I'm touching him.
He opened the figure. He opened her up.
Oh, I mean, it's Kyle, really dented.
How much do I owe you for that figure? Because it's going on my shelf now.
That's so frustrating. It's really sick, though.
Show it to the camera. Stop
so the question is, do I buy another and leave one opened?
No. You should. Or you send me that one and I'll help pay for half a new one.
There's supposedly only 3,000 of them.
Yeah, there's no need. Just put it up.
Like this? Or just leave them in here like this?
So no. Pose your figures, people. Pose them. Pose your figures. Although that shelf got knocked into... I have new upstairs neighbors that have a 7-year-old and a basketball.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna learn to punt a child probably. But
okay, still alive, Jeremiah. Still alive.
Nice.
Still
That's
live,
sick.
Kyle. Still live.
What are we doing with that card on there? That collectible card.
Oh yeah,
We're gonna grade it.
Take a bath with it. Big bath.
That would soften him a little bit. He's a little
Big
stiff.
bath.
I did just. Never mind.
What did Pierre get? Pierre got something for.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Move on, everyone. Move on. That took
All right.
longer than it was supposed to.
So, my biggest thing that I picked up today was this.
Ooh.
the hell are you
I keep buying things there, and it's terrible. I keep walking in, and I keep seeing new things, and then I did this.
That's how comic shops work.
It's gonna be So this is part of the same collection that he got that Gambit for me last week. So he just displayed all the stuff that he picked up in the collection. So it's my first time walking in. I was like, I looked at him, I looked at it, I was like, new, and he was like, yeah, it's part of that collection. I was like, awesome. So yeah.
What was the price point on it? You kind of can't see the price point.
$50.
Oh, so that's cheaper than MSRP.
Yeah, that's what he even said. He was like, I'm selling it for cheap because I got them for cheap. So I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
like he was like almost trying to sell me on it, but like I was like I'm sold.
You already committed?
Sold. I didn't even look at the price. I was like, done. Like, let's go. So and then afterwards, I was checking out, and before I left, he was like, oh, would you want some posters for the podcast? And I was like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like maybe, I guess, like, so I'm glad I took them because they're really fucking sick. So I don't really want to open all of them necessarily, but I will open a few. So this one is going right to someone in this podcast.
Is it my boy? That's my boy.
So this is going right to Jeremiah. All right. I figure you're going to want this.
Yeah. John Romita Jr. on Daredevil. Oh.
So I figure it's a nice size poster. It's,
24
nice
by
little
36.
Thing, so it was freedom. Free. Free 95. I said freedom. What else? And then I'll open this one up. Kyle already called dibs.
Yep. I already have ideas too.
Oh God, that's Stegman, right?
That. Yep.
Shit.
Spider-Man. So Kyle called dibs on that, and I gave him first right on everything because, again, he is basically the whole everything to this podcast. So
Fun fact, if you take my comic book steamer and steam these posters, you can iron them out so they won't have any bends in them.
Well, that'll definitely be useful.
I do have one for my t-shirts because they get wrinkled.
Yeah.
Forgot where's the other one. I mean, I don't want to really open all of them, but I guess we'll.
You're doing a great job.
It's going to take a while. Is it? Are we good time?
Yeah, we're good on time.
This one, I'm sorry, is already mine. I called dibs.
Careful.
I know. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just refold it. It.
Got it. We're good.
Oh, there you go. And that is Adam Kubert, I believe. No, that's not. That's Marco Cinnetto.
You could tell from the signature?
Yeah.
Or just okay. I was gonna say
that's strong. Dimitri, I don't know. Kyle seemed to say that you were a Ninja Turtle fan. Potentially. I don't know. Is that true? Because I got this.
Yeah.
There's also an X-Men one that I thought Dimitri might like.
So this is actually cool. So I'm just showing you guys right now too. The Last Ronin 2 is coming out. Re-Evolution.
Which, I mean, the title's stupid.
That's all the Turtles, right?
Yeah,
he makes a new team.
Yeah, but
this is also coming out.
Shouldn't it not be the Last Ronin? Because the Last Ronin is a samurai without a leader, and so that was Mikey, and now Mikey is the leader. So no one is the Last Ronin.
Dimitri,
I like that poster. That's a nice poster for Batman Day.
I like
which passed, right?
Yeah, Batman Day was back in May. No, it wasn't. It was last month. September. It's September. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he doesn't have use for these posters, so he's like you could just have them. I was like, all right, screw it, man. Whatever. Why is this folding like that? Oh, it's scary.
You're doing so good.
Captain America.
Oh, the JMS new Captain America series.
Doing a great job.
Hurts.
This one's just gonna sit on the sidelines, taking too long. What else? What else do we have? Was this the X-Men one? Was it the Invisible Iron Man one?
I thought it was like a wedding scene. I thought it'd be good for Dimitri. But he's gonna be the next one, I think.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, the wedding of Emma Frost.
That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
What artist is that?
That is Mark Brooks.
Yeah, he's good.
Or it's Mark Brooks or DNA. I think it's Mark Brooks. I'm pretty sure.
I would agree if I had a guess from.
He'll be in New York. He'll be in New York, people.
So I said I wasn't going to open all of them, but here we go.
I mean, that's the last one, right?
We're down.
Oh, Alex Ross's Thor.
Which I'd like to hear about Immortal Thor in general, because I don't really.
I almost read it for this, but I ran out of time. But that's the way it goes. I intended.
This one is a series I'm excited for. As you guys know, I've been following this aggressively.
Oh, that looks sick.
So, and I think that's about it. I mean, there's Gods, Superior Spider-Man already. Oh no, this is the best one. This is the best one. Kyle already knows. So this is. Let's see if you guys can guess what it is based off of just
Spider-Boy.
I think Dimitri should take that one.
Whatever you don't want.
Why does he have fangs? Do we know?
Yeah, because he was DNA spliced with a spider.
Okay. Because I'm not reading, nor will I read Spider-Boy.
No.
I'll be reading it, so don't worry. I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, Spider-Boy was spliced with a spider, whereas Spider-Man was bit by a spider. So that's why his DNA spliced. So he has like 8 eyes and fangs. And he shoots webbing out of his ass. That's not true. But nice. if that was, that would actually make me not read it. I'll be honest with you. Then you would officially lose me too.
All right, let's go to our watched list. Seems a little slim. Oh, me and Dimitri have the same show. Dimitri.
That's right.
How many episodes did you watch?
All of them.
Damn it, I only watched 2.
Oh.
To be fair, my car got destroyed. I've had a rough week.
You did have a rough week.
Do you want to tell that really quickly, Jeremiah? I'll make a clip out of it.
Yeah. What?
So
Jeremiah, what did you watch this week?
Yeah, I heard.
Your car get towed away.
Yeah, while I was in the shower, I heard what I thought was a plow go by. I live in Syracuse. Snow can hit at any time. I don't know. And then I put my underwear on, getting ready for work. There's a rap on my door. And I open up the door, and a woman's there like, whose car is that? It's mine, in the middle of the street. A U-Haul doing 70 on my 30-mile-an-hour street took my trunk and put it in my back seat, and then put my car into another car that put that car into a bush. So I'm currently driving an SUV. Never driven an SUV before. This is nice. So for the next 4 days until they give me a check for my car, I'll be driving an SUV. Yeah.
Well,
I had a lot of memories in that car. Your wedding was in that car. The first time my car ever got valet parked was at your wedding. Which still,
I'm glad you used it.
It still skeeved me out a little bit because I was like, dude, my car's trash. Like, why do you want to park it? Yeah. So I was a little preoccupied this week, so I didn't watch anything. What did you guys watch though?
Me and Dimitri watched Gen V, the
Gen V
Floyd spin-off. I only watched 2 episodes, so Dimitri's not going to give any spoilers for the third one. But I guess just to give a brief synopsis, it's like college for the superpowered, and they're trying to find the next 7 member, the next one to be one of the top superheroes, or if they're just for TV or soap opera kind of thing. So kind of is that style of show. We have some anime and stuff like that as well, but it's not the vibe I thought.
Right.
How would you even explain it? I don't it's not a serious tone. It still holds the satire that the boys have.
It's super dirty, and
but it's a little darker, a little less funny.
All I like super dirty. I like that.
description.
No, it just does a really good job of like, in the universe of The Boys, like a proper spin-off.
And this is set before or after The Boys?
During?
Yeah,
I guess
during.
during. I guess it
Like
The comic
perfectly
series is
flows
set during,
with
so
yeah.
oh my bad. Perfectly flows with like where they are at now, like where the season just, ended. Not ended, but the last season it kind of goes perfectly with it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm pleasantly surprised. Like
Right.
it's a weird vibe. Like it's not a normal vibe of a show. But it's good. It's good. There's a lot of blood.
there's a
Let's
lot
put
of
it
things right.
a lot of what you're used to. But then like too, like the main characters, like this is a slight spoiler, but like the main characters aren't really good people. And they kind of
that's
just
the
like brush
boys'
over.
universe. That
Yeah,
whole universe is they're
but
not
like
good
there's
people.
an incident and they're just like, oh my god, we can't get in trouble. And they just like leave someone bleeding out. Like that's like their initial reaction. So like, and that's like the characters, some of the main characters you're kind of following. So it's kind of like, no, screw them, So, but I really like it. Very surprised, and yeah, I think that's really Amazon's got that and Invincible, and I think that's like those are two heavy hitters now. And now they got a
Invincible's
spin-off.
coming back soon, though. I want to say this month.
Gabe said, "I'm
Yeah,
always surprised The Boys has become the comic was kind of a mess." Yeah, I've heard that. I never touched the comic, but I've heard the comic's not great.
It was too. I mean, the first 6 issues. I want to say the first 6 issues were originally released under Wildstorm before they moved over to Dynamite, and Dynamite reprinted the first 6 issues. But yeah, I was not a fan of The Boys. I still am not a fan of The Boys. I mean, I'll support Carl Urban in any venture he takes, but that's the only reason I watched the first season was for Carl Urban.
Even if he's Wolverine?
Even Carl Urban is Wolverine, I'll do it. Yeah, that's really what it is. A lot of shock value. I want to say issue 22. I could be wrong with the issue number, but there was a word that I'm not allowed to say scene in the book that was just for shock value, and it was just gross and wrong. And this was 15 years ago, so this wasn't like comment. I mean, this wasn't like present day kind of stuff where it's like all over the media now. So it was even more bizarre. So yeah, I lost it there, and I've never picked it up since. I have no intention to. If you're into boys, that's great. If you're into the crossed, that's man.
Yes.
Whatever floats your boat. Read whatever comics you want to read. Enjoy what you're reading. Collect what you want to collect. But some things aren't for everyone. Like boys.
That's right.
The Boys.
So I think we're seeing a cool thing where like as long as you have
that's
like
worthy of stopping.
the idea in place of like the idea of the comic book itself, it seems like one or few people came along and
The artificial intelligence overheated. It was processing too much information at once, and it has shorted out. We are rebooting Dimitri. We hope to pick up where we left off on his thought. So I don't know where it was going. But AI is new. Okay, still working on it. So in time, it will improve.
Did that
I can't believe
happen?
Yep. I mean, generally speaking,
We're live, guys. We're live. This is what happens behind the scenes.
we're like Jeremiah, your video is not even recording, so I don't know how I'm gonna do the clip. So don't worry. We're gonna have a creative mess after this, but don't you worry, because as long as Gabe and Extreme are with us, it's all good. Dimitri, I hope you can hear me and you're working your way back to us.
Come back to us, Dimitri.
What's next on the watch list, Kyle?
All right, so let's speed things up just a little bit because we are at 45 and we actually read a good amount of stuff. So I am still trying to catch up on Demon Slayer. I know I've mentioned it before. I'm not going to say where I am or what's happening, but the designs on the demons I cannot say enough. Even if you aren't into anime, just the animation and the creativity behind the design of the demons, like just jump into a random episode, watch 15 minutes, and then you'll get into it just from there.
Yeah.
Because like the story, it's good. Like I'm attached to it, but I'm not like talking about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's about the designs, like the character designs, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. And Pierre, what do you got? Oh, you have anime too. Look at that.
Yeah, anime wise, Jujutsu Kaisen. I watched that this week. If you haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen, get on it. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's made by the same studio as Chainsaw Man, first off. And yeah, animation wise, it's fucking amazing. Bloody, pushes lines, and it's fucking sick. But yeah.
He's back.
Oh, Dimitri's back.
Sorry about that.
So yeah, we're talking about Jujutsu Kaisen.
You're more blue in there now.
I don't know.
Still warming up.
we're moving away from our watch list, and we're going to be going into Polar Pass soon. So get ready for that, Dimitri. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, it's getting crazier. So definitely watch that. And then I watched Ahsoka and watched the finale. I don't know if you guys watched the finale, but what a fucking finale. It was bad, but also amazing. Exactly.
So I take it as there were lightsabers.
I'll take the side of both people, because I know there's people that are hating on it and saying that it was the worst finale ever, because like nothing, like it compared to the other episodes, like this one didn't really give you much. But then it like ended with like amazingness. So, and then a lot of people don't like the fact that they're diving into like witches and, you know, magic and shit like that. But I
There
feel
are
like
aspects of the that have to be explored.
I think it makes sense. Like I don't see
Part
why
of the
you'd hate
lore,
that. Yeah.
right? Isn't all part of the lore? So
Well, that's what now they're basically they're on this planet, and that planet at first was just the planet where Thrawn was and Ezra, but now it's turning out to become that planet's a lot deeper rooted into the Force and everything. That kind of where it all started. So, yeah.
okay.
That's all I'll say without ruining it. That and zombies. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's not what I was expecting you to say. All right.
That's another reason why people are upset, but I liked it. I was actually a fan of zombies. So.
Okay. All right, let's go into Polar Pass. There's a lot of my initial, and then two of Dimitri's, and then nobody else. So I'm assuming no one updated the list, or my list is out of date.
I had a rough week.
Okay, so
I have a few.
I'll burn through mine. Then Dimitri will go if we don't lose him, and then Pierre, you can pray. Someone watched pray. Or is that just in there? Oh, I get it. I see what you did there. Okay. All right. So I read Miles number 7. Obviously, it's a pull. I read more of the Spider-Man Unlimited Infinity comic. I'm starting to get bored of the story. It's a little I don't want to say cliche of like the two Spider-Men were fighting when they first met because one of them was confused and now they found a way to relate because they're the same person and now they're bestest friends. So the story's a little boring right now. We got to work through this and get to like the climactic moment and get past this. I'm done with this arc here.
What book is this again?
Spider-Man Unlimited Infinity Comics on the Marvel.
So it's digital only.
Yeah.
It's these Infinity comics that you're really a fan of.
The scroll. And again, some of the scrolling, the spacing is messed up. But every time I'm like, hey, that's like way too much of a gap. Not like you're abusing the whole idea of this. They make up for it. So like Cloak and Dagger showed up and they did like this long scroll of his cloak. And it just was like more and more things. So like every time like that's like a lot of stretch of just like blank sky that I had to go like this. They make up for it with something very cool. So maybe it's just part of the technical thing behind it. Like they need to space it a certain way. So
can I just do one caveat real quick?
Yes.
Cloak and Dagger are some of the coolest characters ever, but kids don't do drugs. Move on.
Oh, right, because that's the origin story.
Yeah.
435. I don't know why I keep reading it. I don't know why I keep doing this. It's not bad. It's just like I don't like I've lost all attachment because it got so choppy with the creative team shift. And like I'm even more like lost in it that I'm just like I don't care anymore. But I thought maybe it would like set up Immortal Thor and I was going to give that a shot and I didn't. Get out of here.
This. It's alive, guys.
Heisenberg with the fly.
Okay.
So wait, how is that setting up Immortal Thor?
I just thought maybe it would, but I didn't get to Immortal Thor. And I'm also thinking I'm behind in the app that there might be a Thor number 36 I still have to read. So
they're probably at 37 or 38 at this point.
Yeah, so
yeah. I don't know about Immortal Thor because at least I don't know, Alex Ross, as great as of an artist he is and whatever.
He just covers, right?
He makes me think that the book is going to be like old-timey. Like old-timey.
Talk about a shit take. Holy fuck.
No, I just feel like the comic book is going to be like old Thor.
Because he has a classic style?
No, I just don't want old Thor. You know what I'm saying? Like old, like classic Thor.
Oh, no.
Like, it was like, yee hey there. Like, it was just like weird.
Where he spoke in Norse tongue?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh, so you don't want Thor.
Right. There you go. Thank you. Now we're on the same page here.
I think Pierre just doesn't like the look. Like, I think
like the lettering?
With like the wings.
See, it's not really necessarily the look, but it is the look. But also, it's mostly the
Gabe,
like
you're winning
how
me
they
back,
talk.
man. You're winning me back, Gabe.
I don't like the way they talk. It's just like weird. Like old Loki, I had the same problem with the Loki the What If Loki Was Worthy comic.
That's how they talk.
Nah, not for me. They don't talk like that in the movie. Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder? He was very chill. He's very chill.
I also read Batman 137. It's more of the last. They're establishing like everyone's against Batman, and like slight spoiler, he beat the crap out of everyone in the Bat family. He was like, "Oh, you're not wearing a normal mask, so your eyes are exposed. Pepper spray." Like that was his whole, just like that was his whole concept, and he took out everybody. And then he just like started, really messing them up.
This seems to be a reoccurring thing. It's like you bring all these people in, right, from the streets, whatever. You raise them. You're like, all right, cool. You're gonna be my sidekick. Then I'm gonna let you back out into the wild, and then I'm gonna beat your ass. Like I don't understand why he does this.
Yeah,
he's like a true father.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow.
We're live, people.
Poison Ivy, number 14. It's a pretty big spoiler that I won't share, but there might be a love triangle emerging.
Is G. Willow still on that book?
Yes.
Awesome.
Just every issue is just.
Let me guess. Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Clayface.
No.
Okay. Well, that was a shot.
Is it Kite Man?
No.
I wish. Calendar Man, Kite Man, and Poison Ivy. Let's go. I'd pay to see that.
Brand new character, actually. Dimitri.
Punchline?
No. Newer than that. You wouldn't know. You'd have to read it to know.
You wouldn't know.
You gotta read it.
You can't.
Jeremiah only reads classic stuff, so
Yeah.
He'll get there one day when it's
written with
like 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Once this becomes classic enough for Jeremiah, he'll read it.
Yeah.
So Superman number 5, more of the same. Kind of ends on a cliffhanger. Hopefully, our
is that still our boy Philip Kennedy?
No, this is Joshua Williamson.
Oh, Joshua, he'll be in New York Comic Con, people. Gotta make
fantastic. They kind of figure out like why a certain villain was sent after Superman, and Lex Luthor figures it out way too late. So we're hoping he can make it through. Let's jump to Birds of Prey number 1. I loved it. I loved the story. I loved the art. Who's the artist? what's it? Leonardo Romero.
Ooh.
Very old, like, how do I put this? I can't say comic book style-y, but like,
So Pierre
like an
won't like
old
it.
style.
Yeah.
I think he might. I think he might. It's not too old, but it's very like comic book art, not like art, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Are there a lot of words?
It's
Not
a Kelly
many.
Thompson book, so probably.
It was a good amount, but not like overly wordy. I we're not moving. Okay, we're not starting a moving company. I don't want too many boxes. So just
Nice.
I like a small box. Very easy
Dude,
to
I
carry.
love the art style. Holy crap. I'm looking it up now. Yeah, this is dope. I'm
Right?
gonna have to go pick this up.
It holds up. It's on the app now. The team for Birds of Prey are oh shit.
We got Big Barda, Black
There you
Canary,
go.
Spoiler, Harley Quinn, and Katana. Let's go.
Katana. Fight.
I didn't see Katana. Maybe she's coming in. Maybe you just ruined it for me. The second issue.
She's on the cover of the first issue.
Oh, that is
She
Katana.
just-
It's a different, different.
I think that's Zealot.
Oh,
Zealot?
it is Ela, maybe.
I don't know who that is.
Nice.
But Big
I'm
Barda's
knowing
in it.
now.
Like,
Big Bird.
Gabe
Zealot,
knows.
there you go.
Dimitri-
Yeah,
Dimitri
so
stumped
Zealot was
Jeremiah.
originally from Wildcats, right?
Yeah.
All I
You
know
got
is
it.
Dimitri knew
Black
it. And you
Canary.
didn't.
Black Canary
Canary.
team book with
Yeah,
with
I mean
Harley
she's
Quinn.
always leading the Birds of Prey, and it's her or Huntress usually. But yeah, Big Barda.
They
Let's go.
her and Cassandra Cain want to leave Barbara Gordon out of whatever they're doing. So I like that.
Good fucking
Curious of why
luck.
they're doing that, but you know.
Yeah.
And moving on.
Moving on. All right. So I picked up. Well, I've been reading a couple books. So before I talk about what I picked up, Guardians of the Galaxy. If you haven't been following this run, it's by Lansing, and he's doing a great job with it. I didn't actually pick it up when it first came out. I saw the number ones, the twos, the threes. I just never cared for it because I was just like, whatever. It's Guardians. Hasn't really been that great for me, at least. But it's really good. I actually like the premise of it. So right now, the team is figuring out basically what's going on with Groot, and they're calling something called like Groot Fall. And basically, Groot is almost like an entity that just like consumes a planet, almost like he's like huge and like he's just killing people. Like they rescue they're like, oh, we got to get out of here. Groot Fall's coming, da da da. And they were on like a train. They were loading all like the people up, and then like Groot, his roots like yank like the one cart off, and like, oh, were you able to save any of them? It's like, no, Groot got them, and like you just see all of them just like stab through. Yeah, like it's like fucked up. But yes, so I read 1, 2, and 3 in one shot on the app, and then I picked up 4, 5, and 6 because I was behind. And 4, because Rocket isn't in the team right now on 3, but on 4 they're meeting up with Rocket. And based off of this cover, it looks like he's like the sheriff of like some town. So and it doesn't look like he's friendly. So we'll see what that's about. I picked up Red Goblin number 9, but I still haven't been able to catch up because the app is doing me dirty and not giving me the
That's
one.
a beautiful cover.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's been a lot of really nice covers from Red Goblin actually, but yeah, the app is doing me dirty, not giving me the one Red Goblin I need to move on to paper. So I just there's one left that's in between that, and I guess the latest thing that I know of is that he fought Carnage at one point, and Carnage is like jumping in and out of like different books. Like you saw him in the Miles book at some point if you were reading that. Obviously, he's killing the whole Venom verse, and now he's coming out with his own book. So, but yeah, Carnage at one point is fighting him. In this point, Red Goblin's not sure. I don't think he has like a set costume for what he's going to be, because he starts off with like almost like a Spider-Man type of costume with like an alien head, and then he turns into like more of a goblin, like when he's like lets the symbiote take over a little bit more. And I feel like he's just like in an in-between phase of like whether he's going to be. It seems like he's really trying to be a hero, so I'm excited to see where they take him and what he does in the future. So that's at least my take on it. The only other thing that I picked up, oh no, two other things. I also have been following Blue Beetle. So this is number 2. And as you know, don't really like the movie, but I was sold on the character off of the movie. I think the character is really cool. I think the idea of it, how it's almost like symbiotic. So I think that's cool. So in the second one and the first one, Ted Cord gets like stabbed through, so he's like in ICU. And the second one, Blue Beetle is like all like depressed, trying to figure out like why he wasn't there for him, da da da. Like he wishes he was there, and they're fighting against this new, like he's not a beetle. They're not really sure what he is, but this new red guy. So, and it ends off with like him apparently potentially using some sort of witchcraft. So, not sure what that's about, but the series that I was most excited to pick up today, and this cover specifically, Transformers #1 by no other than Daniel Warren Johnson. I know you guys interviewed him. I don't think I was there for it. Oh, we didn't interview him?
So he's been mentioned in like 3 or 4 of our interviews. People have mentioned him by name, saying how he's helped them with this or how great he is. So he is basically like the unicorn to get on the podcast now because of that.
This cover, they only had 2 of. I think this is the A cover. The other covers, there were a bunch of other ones, but this one just like, it's just like the Superman pose, him crashing down, right? Like the fist down, just action pose, ready to fight. So amazing. Fucking amazing. Like it was so fucking good. The everything, the dialogue, the start, because it's like just
there wasn't too many words.
No, not at all. Honestly, it did have words, but it was just perfect dialogue. It felt like a movie. Like I was like, it just felt great. So I was really, really excited to read that. It's just basically 2 kids finding Optimus Prime and
Shia LaBeouf
Autobots. Almost like that, basically, right? But yeah, they like stumble upon it. They're like, "Oh, let's go adventure," and they like fall in like an earthquake. But yeah, hard for you to get the comic book. It was hard for me to get this one because there were only 2 of them, and I was really upset because I didn't see any on the pile. But yeah, so that was cool to actually get that.
Oh, we lost Jeremiah as well. Okay,
It's not just me.
It's not just you.
It's not
just
me.
Dimitri.
It's not just Dimitri. All right, so let's just was that your last Polar Pass, Pierre?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. You want to do rumors?
Yeah, I guess just run through the rumors quick and we'll wrap it up.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Ryan Coogler's Black Panther spinoff is reportedly an animated series. I'll take it.
Okay. Interesting.
I'd like to see it more based in Wakanda and almost follow like the current storyline. That would be kind of cool.
Okay.
Like seeing that animated where he's like the prince, but not really the prince. Like maybe not him. Well, obviously not him. Yeah. Or you bring in his son at this point. I don't know.
Right.
I think it makes sense for them to do this because I feel like it's a easy way. You throw it in an animation and then you can segue it back into real.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah,
I think Secret Wars is going to bring back a new Black Panther, in my opinion.
I think they're just going to move slowly away from it and just throw mutants at us. Which brings us to our next rumor.
The current idea to reboot the X-Men in the MCU does not feature Wolverine on the team. I like this.
Right? I'm okay.
I'd rather him be somewhere else. For now.
I want him to have solo movies.
Yeah.
For a little bit. And then, like some kind of Avengers kind of get together, but with the existing X-Men. Or maybe forming his own X-Men in a sense.
Yeah. Like maybe even put him on like if we got an X-Force movie, not X Force. What's it called when he was like the Howling Commandos? Was he on that? What was the SWAT team that he was on? It was like him and like
I don't know.
I
Because
think you're
wasn't
thinking
like,
about X Force.
I think it is X Force.
I think
Yeah.
it is.
I just want to see him on like other things. Like give me more
Yeah.
Wolverine somewhere else, and then eventually, yeah, like pull him in. Like Xavier meets him and it's like, hey, we want you to join our school and help us out or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be like a, I don't know, whatever it's called. It's a misdirection. Like we're not getting Wolverine on the team because we're getting X-23.
Even better. Again, it's just a rumor. Someone might just made it up for fun.
Next rumor: Kang, Ultron, Loki, and Doctor Doom are the main villains of Avengers: Secret Wars. Yes, I don't think Loki. I don't see why Loki would be a villain at this point. It just doesn't make sense unless it's like an alternate.
Right. That was my thought when I read it.
Yeah. But I can see easily that happening. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is reportedly set to lead the Avengers in Secret Wars. I don't think that's true.
I don't think so either.
Maybe he leads his own Avengers, like he has his own.
Twice, though. Like twice that rumor popped up. So I don't know if it came from them, and now we're the third person spreading bullshit. But yeah.
Oh, Phantom's actually in the chat over here. I'll comment on Phantom in a second here. And last but not least, Taylor Swift will play Dazzler in Deadpool 3.
Which is being fueled by her showing up to all these football games.
So stupid.
And the fact that Ryan Reynolds was there with other people who are part of Deadpool 3. That's where it's really being fueled.
It might actually happen.
It was like him, his wife, and his Reynolds' wife is rumored to be Lady Deadpool, like a cameo appearance.
Fuck.
So like they're all there together. Why were they all together? In the area to go to a football game.
So Phantom in the comments said Alpha Flight with Wolverine.
Oh.
And have the original X-Men they have yet to do.
Okay. Tell Phantom next time I want him in the YouTube, not the TikTok.
So next time, Phantom, come to the YouTube and comment. We'd love to have you here on the
I'm
YouTube
upset
live.
that he wasn't here.
We're very upset that you weren't here.
All right, so the last thing I really want to talk about Jeremiah, so maybe I'll save it for next episode. But there was a TikTok that was made in response to our last live regarding Captain America's large chest, and apparently that was never a comic cover and was never in a comic book. So you know that famous picture with Captain America and his large chest?
Yeah.
Nope. So I wanna shout out because he didn't just Unstable Molecules. He made a whole TikTok explaining. He even pulled out. So it was in a Wizard magazine, and it was in some kind of like TV show, like a Canadian show or something. And that was and never actually was printed in a comic. Little picture in a magazine in Wizard and in TV. So it was like just some promotional picture he made, and it like, yeah. So it's kind of funny. Like I was like, that's a famous cover. No, not even in a comic book.
Wow,
that makes sense.
That's fucked up. It was so insignificant of a drawing that he thought, and it's plagued him to this day.
So I'll if you didn't see the TikTok, I reposted it, but everyone check out Unstable Molecules and you'll find that TikTok. It's like a few. There you are. Oh, Gabe, it's Gabe. Thank you, Gabe. So definitely one of those things where like as a comic fan, like I would tell somebody who's not a comic fan and just be completely like that's one of those things I'd be like, this is Lee Field's favorite, famous cover that, it's like, no, like that's just one of those things. But yeah, so go check that out. And he's Gabe, I didn't know that was you in the thing the whole time. So I thought we had two fans. Apparently we have the same. But yeah, check that out for sure. And yeah, I think we should wrap now, right?
Wrap it up.
Between the Fly, 2 disconnections. Pierre doesn't have his headphones. None of my stuff is recording right, so we're gonna have some weird clips because I can't fix anything. It was a good one. This was a true live stream. So thanks everyone for watching, and participating. Yep. Gabe said, funny thing about the huge chest, Jim Lee told him to rework that chest and Rob decided not to. Well, he just made another. I almost said he made another cover. Well, he just made a cover out of it, and I'm sure made good money off of it. So it was the right choice, right? And yeah, let's call that a Panaloids shit show of a live stream. Yep. All right, everyone, hugs and kisses.
Oh, Peter joined.
Tell Peter it's late. Tell Peter it's late. Tell him goodbye.
You just made